Come on. Do not unwrap. Mordred groaned as she tried to wrap an item. As she managed to get the wrapping paper to stop unraveling, she then taped it together and set it aside. Mordred let out a small sigh at what she was wrapping in front of her. Wow. To think wrapping a box was this hard, man, I would rather be training with Clarent instead. That's at least easier considering that all I need to do is to swing my sword again and again at training dummies, and to think all of this started yesterday. She thought as her mind went back to what happened yesterday. Mordred was walking down the hallway, minding her own business. As she did, she overheard a few words that made her sick in her stomach and stopped her for a moment. Hey, are you making something for Mother's Day that's coming up soon? A staff member of Chaldea asked. Yeah. I plan on sending a gift back to my mother. How about you? Another staff member of Chaldea replied. I see. Still though, I can't believe that we're sending gifts to our mothers from all the way in Antarctica. Even the postal service can do something like this. You can say that again. As the two staff members of Chaldea continued to have the conversation, Mordred couldn't help but feel a little sick in her stomach. Mother's Day? There's a holiday called like that? Geez, that's some holiday, and to think it's to appreciate your mother. As the thought came into her head, images of Morgan appeared in her head along with her words. You are nothing but a tool. How long do you plan on playing knight? You are the heir of King Arthur. Your life is also proof of his existence. You are the child of the king. At that moment, Mordred's hands grew into fists in anger. Mother, no, Morgan, you're not my mother. Not anymore. I have a new mother, and he's a lot better than you in every aspect I can think of. She thought angrily until images of Shirou came into her mind. Mordred then continued to walk down the hallway. As she continued to walk down the hallway, she kept hearing other staff members talking about Mother's Day. Not only that, but the child servants of Chaldea were talking about it as well. Really? Even the servants are getting on to this day? Well, to be fair, some of them already have families here in Chaldea, but still, is it really that big of a deal? After a few more seconds of thinking, Mordred gave in and came up with an idea she would have never thought to do before. Which was getting a gift. Well, I guess getting a gift for Mother wouldn't hurt. At least he helped me deal with my problems of father, so, I guess I need to pay him back, huh? But what does he like though, As Mordred continued to think about what Shirou likes, she was struggling because she does not know what he likes. Eventually, she sighed in defeat as she could not figure out anything. Well, I got nothing, she said to herself. Oh my, is there something wrong, my cute little granddaughter? A voice said behind Mordred. At that moment, Mordred jumped upon hearing the voice behind her. As she turned around to see who the person was, she saw Irisville with a smile on her face. Geez, don't freak me out, grandmother. Where did you come from? Mordred asked. Foo, that's a secret. Anyways, I have overheard that you were trying to figure out what to give to my son for Mother's Day, correct? Why yeah. You got a problem with that? No. Rather, I'm here to help you. You can? Yeah. You need to figure out what my son likes, correct? Mordred nodded in agreement. Well then, it's quite simple. What Shirou likes is cooking utensils. Irisville said happily. At that moment, Mordred was dumbfounded for a little upon hearing Irisville's exclamation. Huh? You didn't hear me, Mordred? Then I will repeat it again. Shirou likes cooking utensils. Well yes, I hear you correctly, but why cooking utensils? I mean, Mother is a good cook and all, but why cooking utensils? Should he want something more, well, badass for him? Like a new weapon or something? Irisville let out a giggle. Well, Shirou does have a soft side, and that soft side is cooking. Anyways, want to join me to find Shirou the perfect gift for him? She asked with a smile on her face. Mordred quickly blushed for a moment. Why yes. Great. Let's go then. Irisville then started to drag Mordred to the mini mall. As she did, Mordred had a few thoughts going into her head. What the heck? Despite being a caster, she's strong as hell. Geez, just what is she? Soon, both Irisville and Mordred arrived at Chaldea's mini mall and checked out every shop in the store, much to Mordred's dismay. Geez, is this what grandmother likes to do? She thought as she was walking in the mini mall with a smile on her face while window shopping at the same time. Alright. We're here. Irisville exclaimed happily as she stopped for a moment, making Mordred follow her action as well. The place they stopped at is Williams-Sonoma, a famous kitchen utensil store. Is this the place, grandmother? Mordred asked as she looked at the sign of the store, which was on top of her. Yeah. Now let's go inside. Soon, Irisville and Mordred went into Williams-Sonoma. As they did, they went around the room, seeing if there was any item that would be good as a Mother's Day gift for Shirou. What would be a good gift for Mother? Mordred thought as she continued to look around the shelves filled with items. As she kept looking around, it was then she came across something that interested in her and her goals. It was a brand new cooking set, made by a famous brand. That cooking set, maybe I should ask grandmother about this. Mordred then went back to where Irisville was and tugged her over to where the cooking set Mordred saw earlier was. How about that cooking set over? Would that be a good gift for Mother? Irisville let out a smile. It's perfect. Let us buy it. As so, Mordred and Irisville then carried the cooking set towards the countertop and paid for it. As they left the store, Mordred let out a sigh of relief as the shopping was over. Or so as she thought. Alright. Now on to the next store. Irisville exclaimed happily. At that moment, Mordred dropped her mouth. Huh? We're still walking? Yeah. After all, there is no limit to the number of gifts you would want to give to Shirou. Irisville exclaimed happily as she soon ran to the next store. Mordred let out a sigh. This is going to be one long day. As so, Irisville spent the entire afternoon dragging Mordred to every shop in the mini mall. Back to the present. Man. I can't believe that I actually spent the entire afternoon with grandmother trying to find a gift for Mother to give on Mother's Day, and to think that afterwards we spent the entire time window shopping. She thought as she continued to wrap the cooking set with her best. Alright. That should be good, she thought as she was done wrapping the last gift in a box. As Mordred continued to look at the wrapping she'd done, she looked at her clock and noticed that it was late in the night. Huh. It's already this late, well, guess it's time to go to bed. And Mordred then headed towards the bed, falling asleep as she was heading off towards dreamland until the next day arrived. Mordred was walking down the hallway, trying to find Shirou while carrying the wrapped box in her hands. Alright. Now to see where Mother is so I can give my gift to him. He should be in the cafeteria at this time of day. Mordred continued walking down the hallway, eventually reaching the cafeteria, where Shirou was cleaning the dishes. However, he wasn't alone as there was another servant in the cafeteria. Jack the Ripper. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. I hope you like it, Jack said as she handed him a gift. Shirou, despite being confused with what just happened, accepted the gift from Jack. Thank you, Jack, I appreciate it, he said with a smile on his face. Jack soon smiled as well. No problem. Jack then soon left the cafeteria. As she did, she came across Mordred, who was looking at the whole thing. What? Jack asked. Did you give a gift to him? Mordred asked, confused with what just happened. Yes. He's our mommy, Jack replied before she soon left. At that moment, Mordred was even more confused with what just happened. Did I just hear that right? Jack called Mother Mommy? Mordred then shook her head. Never mind, I've got a gift to give. And remember, don't screw it up. Mordred then headed towards Shirou. Hey Mother. Hey there Mordred. What's in that box over there? Shirou asked as he noticed the box Mordred was holding. Oh this? This is, well, your gift for Mother's Day. Mordred said with some embarrassment in her voice, showing that she was nervous about doing something like this. She then handed Shirou the gift. Happy Mother's Day, she muttered. Shirou then took the gift box from Mordred. What's in it? He asked. Well, open it up and see. Shirou then unwrapped the gift and opened it up, revealing what was inside the box. As he looked at the contents of the box, he was in shock at what he just saw inside. Which was the brand new cooking set, made by a famous brand. Mordred, did you bought this for me? Shirou asked. Why yeah. Why? You don't like it? Mordred replied. Shirou let out a smile. No. Rather, I've been trying to get this cooking set for quite a while actually, but they're quite limited in stock, so they're extremely expensive. How did you get it? Well, grandmother helped me with it. Mordred replied. Shirou let out a small sigh. Anyways, it's quite impressive that you actually got this for me Mordred. Thank you, Mordred. At that moment, Mordred felt a surge of emotions growing inside of her, and it felt good. Hearing Shirou complimenting her gave her a sense of happiness and pride in her heart. And no problem Mother, she said happily. Shirou let out a sigh as he looked at the new set of kitchen utensils he had just received. As he did, a thought just came into his head. Hey, since you gave me such a gift, how about I make you something special for today's breakfast? Mordred's eyes lit up. Really? She asked excitedly. Yeah. Just wait and see, Shirou said as he headed to the fridge. A few seconds later, he came back with flour, baking powder, salt, eggs, sugar, milk, and butter. Shirou then mixed all those ingredients together into a large bowl and grabbed a pan. He then oiled the pan and set it on the stove on medium heat. He then poured the batter onto the pan and cooked it until both sides were brown. After creating many copies of the finished product from earlier and placing them onto a plate, he then grabbed a bottle of maple syrup and sprayed it. Finally, he added some chopped fruits and whipped cream to it. Well, here you go, Shirou said as he handed Mordred a plate of food. Which was pancakes, and they looked fancy with the chopped up fruit, maple syrup, and whipped cream on top of them. Mordred let out a smile. Thank you, Mother, she exclaimed happily as she began to eat the pancakes. As she ate the pancakes, Shirou noticed a certain servant coming into the cafeteria. Oh my, seems my cute little granddaughter is enjoying your pancakes, Shirou, Irisville said with a smile on her face. Hey Mom. I take it that you helped Mordred getting that kitchen utensil set? Shirou asked. Irisville nodded in reply. Yup. Little Mordred was wondering what to give you for Mother's Day, so I helped her out a bit. Speaking of which, do you have a Mother's Day gift for me as well, Shirou? Yeah. Give me a moment, Shirou said as he headed back into the kitchen. After a few seconds, Shirou came out holding a small box in his hands. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, he said with a smile on his face. Irisville let out a huge smile. Thank you, Shirou. Now let me see what's inside it, she said as she opened the gift up. As she did, she saw a new photo frame, one that is large enough to house a huge family photo. A new photo frame. Thank you, Shirou. Now I can frame the giant family photo of the Emiya, Einsburn, and Pendragon families we had together. You're welcome, Mom, Shirou replied. Meanwhile, Mordred continued eating her pancakes, without any care in the world. As she had spent her first Mother's Day, and it was amazing for her.